Hello everyone and welcome to Orange University. On tonight's episode, Dimir Faeries. So with the release of Foundation, there was a card hidden in the set that I think I'd overlook. That is the Faebloom Trick, a 3-mana 2/1/1 blue fairy creature instant speed that also allows us to tap a creature our opponent controls. So we can slow our opponents down and also get 2/1/1s out. Now normally 2/1/1 fairies isn't that crazy. It's okay. It's not great. At instant speed, it's a little bit better, but it's still not fantastic. But with the combo of Enduring Curiosity, now that's insane because we play a Faebloom Trick at the end of our opponent's turn or during our opponent's combat, tapping down their creature, and we get 2/1/1 fairies. On our turn, if we play Enduring Curiosity, those 2/1/1s also get us 2 card draws. That's insanely good. So that's the whole idea of this sort of new addition to the Dimir Faeries deck. Now let's talk about our deck list, shall we? In the early game, we're going to have 4 Sleep Curse Fairies, great 1-drop to play, that eventually becomes 3/3 flying ward creatures. Our opponent don't really want to interact with it, but it puts a clock on them, and it makes them worry that in 3 turns, we're going to start hitting them with a 3/3 flyer. We also have 4 Faebloom Dreamthief, a 1-mana 1/1 that help us surveil, which can help us fix our draws, but more importantly, it is a fairy that triggers a lot of our fairy synergies on turn 2 and on. So what are we going to do on turn 2 and on with fairy synergies? Well, turn 1, we also have Faerie Fencing, which is a 1-mana plus X to target creature -X/-X. If we control a fairy, it gets an additional -3/-3. So turn 2, if we have a Faerie Dreamthief out, this is a 1-mana -3/-3. That's better than, this figure, right? It's an ultimate cut down. So yeah, Faerie Fencing is a pretty good card in a fairy deck. We also have 3 Ego Drain, which is a way better duress if we control a fairy. Target opponent reveals our hand, and we choose a non-land card, they discard that card. If I don't control a fairy, I gotta exile a card from my hand. But if I do control fairies, we just pick a card and discard it. Any non-land card. So it's almost a Thoughtseize. Thoughtseize in standard. That's really, really good. That's turn 1, or that's all the 1-mana plays. You definitely don't want to do these turn 1, but they combo with well, let me just put this to the side, right? They combo with the 1-mana fairies. Turn 2, we can have another 1-mana fairy and a 1-mana play, or potentially 2-mana plays. So turn 2-mana play, we have 4 Faerie Mastermind. This is a definite inclusion in any fairy deck. 2-mana 2/1, flash flying, and whenever our opponent draws a card, on a second card each turn, we also draw a card. So if our opponent has things like Up the Beanstalk or Caretaker's Talon, trying to get their value, Faerie Mastermind will kind of keep up with value. We also have 4 Spell Stutter. Counter target spell unless our opponent pays 2, plus 1 addition for every fairy we control. So if we have a turn 1 fairy, this is immediately a mana leak, which is not legal in standard, so that's crazy good, right? But it could be more. If we have a lot of fairies, they have to pay a lot more. So this is just a 2-mana regular counter spell. Then we also have 2 Go for the Throw. Faerie Fencing may not get everything. Go for the Throw might help. I think Go for the Throw is good. You can also put in the Nowhere to Run if you face a lot of the ward or hexproof creatures. I think Go for the Throw is fine right now because we're still very tempo aggressive, so we don't really try to interact with our opponent's board as much as interact with their life total by bringing it down to 0. Alright, so then turn 3, we got the Faebloom Tricks, 3 Faebloom Trick, and I want to slot in a new Kaito Cunning Infiltrator. I think it's a pretty good card. It's a 3-mana for a 3 loyalty Planeswalker, but his passive. Whenever a creature we control deal combat damage to a player, put a loyalty counter on Kaito. So we can actually get him to very high loyalty very quickly. Now his ability, +1, is just target creature is unblockable, and then draw 1, discard a card. That's a terrible ability. We probably never use it. -2 on the other hand, -2 to make a 2/1 ninja. It's okay, right? 3 mana for a 2/1 ninja is definitely a horrendous rate, but what we have to think about is if we attack and get +1 or get loyalty on him, this actually is a lot cheaper. So imagine that the 2/1 ninja gets to hit. That means that this is actually just a -1, right? And then if we're able to hit more, there's actually less. So, it's kind of a tricky thing to gauge, but I think this is fine. It definitely cannot be a -1, I think, for Wizard's design. So -2 is fine. The -9, that's the crazy part. Whenever you get an emblem with whenever a player casts a spell, you get a 2/1 ninja. Well, everyone's going to cast spells in the total scheme of things, so that's going to be very useful. And then the ninjas are also going to be buffed by something we're going to play on turn 4. So turn 4, we have 4 Enduring Curiosity, of course, for all the additional card draws that we need. And then we also have the other Kaito, Bane of Nightmare. We have Ninjutsu, and then on our turn, he's a 3/4 ninja. More importantly, we can +1 and get an emblem with ninja gets +1/+1, or ninjas we control gets +1/+1. Well, all these Kaito ninjas gets buffed by the Kaito Bane of Nightmare. So even though there's not that many ninjas in Standard, Kaito will make his own ninjas. We also got the 0, Surveil 2, and draw a card if our opponent lost life, which is pretty good when we ninjutsu him in. And then finally, the -2, tap a creature and put stun, which is not very useful at all in this kind of tempo game, but maybe we can tap down a big blocker and get in for the rest of the damage. Of course, the fairy deck is not complete without the final fairy, Talon the Kindly Lord. I like this card, so I included one in the deck. It's a 4-mana 3/4 where we get to choose a number and kind of trick our opponent into playing something of that number, and then they'll lose 2 life and withdraw a card, which is very relevant. In a lot of games where our opponent pays 2 to get rid of Talon, like get lost, go for the throw, at least we replace him with a card draw, and then we also deal 2 damage to our opponent's life, which could get him closer to dying. Then we get to the land base. 24 lands, very tempo-heavy deck. 3 islands, 4 swamps, 4 Darkslick Shores, 4 Gloomlake Verge Lake, 1 Restless Reef, 4 Underground River, 1 Cavern of Souls, 2 Demolition Field, and 1 Soulstone Sanctuary that we can turn into a creature, which is both a fairy and a ninja. So that is the whole idea of the land base and the whole idea of this deck. Now let's go into the games. Alright, our opponent is Dr. Yan. I played this guy before, right? He wants to be Yan Itor. He's not Yan Itor. We gotta go first. Sure. Hello. No counter spells, but we got a little fate. Start with the Darkslick Shores. Red. Our fire hero. Guess we let the commencement begin, you late. We fence it off. -X, -X. If he has white, I won't be able to kill it, right? Yeah, if there's any pumps, I won't be able to kill it. So, we kill it right now for 2 mana. Thank God we went first, or we wouldn't be able to do that. Here is the Emperor Heart. Let's Faebloom it. No whites, so that's important. I'm going to tap your Ember Heart Challenger. Okay. So, this is going to be -4, which will probably kill whatever he has, right? I can probably play a tap land this turn because I'll still get the Faerie Mastermind out. Is that the plan? Alright, let's see if we can dance around this deck. Screaming Nemesis. A single attack. We'll kill it. We also Faerie Mastermind. Dreamthief. Okay, so I guess we'll play a land first, right? Because I might want to play the Dreamthief here. Let's draw 2 cards. No, let's draw 3 cards. One, 2, 3. Alright, then we play the Dreamthief. Surveil. That's a good card to have. If we survive. It's a very big if. Lightning Strike the Mastermind. You got it. Lightning Strike the Enduring Curiosity. You'll come back. There's a lot of Lightning Strike you just wasted. And I can just chump. Draw 2 cards anyways. 1, 2, Alright, it's a Sleep Curse. I guess I'll play it right now. Yeah, it's fine. Play a Sleep Curse Fae. It's gonna be tapped for now, but we have the Faebloom Trick. Get 2 more 1/1s. And we'll tap down the Heartfire Hero. Yeah, we'll tap down a Heartfire Hero. See how he wants to attack? Both going in. Is that a Frenzy? Is that a Frenzy? The Faerie Mastermind, it's a Lightning Strike. Alright. Do we take the 3 here? It's kind of out of cards, right? I'll take the 3 here. It's still a lot of lands. Okay, we'll play another Enduring Curiosity. This will give me like 6 cards. Then I don't have blockers, right? But the idea is to draw into blockers, I suppose. I mean, I draw 6 cards. Should draw into something here. 1 land, 2 land, 3 land, 4 land, 5 land, 6 lands. Alright, not 6 lands of course, but almost 6 lands. I can just let it go. I don't have creatures to play, but I got Fencing. And a Stutter. He definitely can't go through the Stutter anyways. Manifold Mouse. I counter you. Just all in attack or no attacks. Or GG. I'll go for it. GG. Alright, our opponent is Primethius. Well, they're Theusing us, alright. What are we gonna get here? Go first with a Sleep Curse. It's pretty nice. Then what? Actually, don't have black for Go for the Throat. That's something we gotta get there. Hello? We start with a curse. It's good to start with a curse. It eventually becomes a scary creature. And they can't really target right now. And again, it's a red deck. Cool. Okay, I have black. Good. Now I can stop whatever they play. Really? Nothing? You ought to play something. He's probably gonna just shock my Faerie Mastermind or something. Yeah, actually, thinking about it, he'd probably just shock it. I don't know if that's the right play here. Maybe the better play would have been to untap the Sleep Curse. Well, he's letting me do that, so I'm okay with that. We'll play a land. I don't think red has flash speed creatures, right? They just have haste creatures. Which I don't really mind. I don't like it, but I don't really mind. Really? Is it big red? Am I playing against big red? Screaming Nemesis. Don't think I want to counter that as much as just go for a throw it, right? Yeah, it doesn't do anything once it's in play, so I can just kill. Alright, don't think I need the Soul Stone here. I'm not blocking a Screaming Nemesis, to be fair. What else am I doing, though? Creature you control enters, it gets +2/+0. I don't want that to happen, so we'll do it like this. Okay, 4 mana for Curiosity. Draw 2 cards. Faerie Fencing and Faebloom Trick. Well, I got a Fencing, so I can just hold that up. Whoa. It is big red? It's a Forge? Yeah, I'm sure. You got yourself a Forge. Would you like to race? Do I block? I'm gonna lose my curiosity if I block 1 mana. I'll take the 1 damage. It's got a torch. It's got a torch. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's only 5 damage. I could kill my own curiosity, which is card draw. Let's do it. 0. Yeah, it's card draw. Not turning down card draws here. So now I play a Dreamthief. It's a good card. I like to have that card. Then I'll Faebloom Trick him. Right? If I'm gonna Faebloom Trick him, I don't need any other mana. I can also Demo Field. But then I can't Faebloom Trick, right? Actually, I could. Demo Field gives me 1 land. And then I get 1 land from... Yeah. I get 1 land from my land drop this turn. So I'm going to lose my Spell Stutter, but, you know, stopping a Fountain Port might be important. He's also at 6, which is not a lot of life. Okay, fine. You're gonna go into combat or you're gonna play something? Overlord of the Boiler Briggles. Boiler Briggles. It's gonna kill my Mastermind. Oh, that attack is aggressive. Before it goes to my turn, I would like to tap down your Overlord. Oh look, you got no blockers. Not that it matters, they all fly, so... There's exactly 6 damage. Exactsies, good game. I also have Soulstone Sanctuary if I want to do 3 more damage. So there's that. Alright, our opponent is Greenbads. Is green bad? Green's like everyone's favorite color in EDH. Oh, we get to go second. That is the beginning of the end, I suppose. We have a Faerie Fencing. It's not useful unless we get a Fairy out. Guess we Reef. We're playing a tempo game. Starting from behind. Got the 1 Talion in the whole deck. I mean, I put it in the deck so I want to draw it, but it's not fun. The Fireman's after me. Oh, it's the worst kind of feeling when you have a bad hand, so you don't really want to play through it as... You don't want to play through it as much and our opponent's roping. That's kind of the worst. I don't think I'm mulligan this. We'll be courteous. Okay, so it's the blue, white, the Azorius Oculus deck. No! It's the Beanstalk deck. Beanstalk deck, go 1, turn 2, Beanstalk. Well, at least the Faerie Mastermind can help pace. If he plays the Overlord here, I get to draw an extra card. Suppose that he does. Well, our opponent's going to rope again, apparently. Sometimes decision is hard, you know. We got a little falcon here. Is that a falcon? It's from New Capenna. Stop looking at me. You've been rotated out. Little Rafine player. It's probably a Rafine player, right? Look at his brain churning. The little cogs in his brain kind of get stuck on the cobwebs. What do I do? He has 2 lands. I can't play against 2 lands. Oh, finally. A 3rd land. We play a Faerie Mastermind. Is it going to be a leyline? Soul Partition. That's a play you can make. Do we... Yeah, he has no creature for us to use it on. Let's Surveil. I do need a 4th land, so let's go for it. Seems a log of 2 mana plays. He's gonna flash in and block her? Or is it another Soul Partition? Hornlock Whale. I would like to keep that to the top. Thank you. I think he's stuck on 2 mana plays, right? So... every time you make a 2 mana play, get something. You didn't play a 2 mana play. You played a 3 mana play. Seems fair. Just get the impending down. Play another Dreamthief. I would like that card. Not that it will matter as much now. Beanstalk? Cool. I draw a card first. He's got 2 mana. How much do I care about the Beanstalk? I want to have more cards, right? Yeah, you know? Beanstalk's fine. You do you. I'm gonna do me. Get lost? Alright, another one? Oh boy. Get lost my Talon. I get my Mastermind. Take another 2. And then he Beanstalks for a card draw while he's at 11. And I draw another card. That's 2 Faerie Spell Stutters. Man, is he really going to be able to fight this? Alright, I need 2 Spell Stutters, so I cannot use the map, right? It's down to 7. I just gotta stall for 2 turns. You gonna Sunfall me? Yeah, that's a Sunfall. First, a no Sunfall. Go away. Thanks for the 2 card draws. Actually, I just draw 1. He draws 2. One. Is that lethal? Pretty sure this is lethal. Not gonna miss lethal here. You mill for 2. Why not? You got 2 greedy. GG. All that roping. Green is bad. Alright, our opponent is Patrick 3000. Yo. Oh no, Patrick K3000. I can't fight 3000 of them. We got a Sleep Curse Fairy. That's a start. And then we have nothing to kind of back that up, but you know, gonna have to make do. Heartfire Hero turn 1. Cool. I guess if he used the pumps, he can't protect, and if he protects, he can't pump. So I'm gonna see where it goes. Because I gotta kill his creatures, right? Over a bunch of pump spells. It won't be easy. Swiftspear? Okay. I guess when I said it won't be easy, I was wrong. I'm gonna kill this right away. No, no, no. He's gonna pump that, right? Yeah, this is still a scary card. Scarier card. Before he gets to untap with a protection spell. He draws his land. Never didn't have it. Here we go with the ropes. Gotta think real hard. Slick shot. Alright. Slick shot is a scarier card, so gotta kill that. This is a chump, right? You can chump. Surveil, Kaito. Kind of weird, but I'll go with it. Don't know if I need more lands or more things on board to do stuff. But the Sleep Curse Fae is very hard for him to fight through as well. So what I want to do this turn is untap the Sleep Curse Fae or remove the stun. But I might not be able... Oh, come on. Fine. Gotta stop these things from happening. Okay. That's very mean. I need to Surveil. Surveil, okay, that's a good card. It's a good card to get. Ah, he draws his lands. Alright, now it's a fight. I don't know how many spells he can sling in one turn. He already drew 2 rats, right? 2 rats and a slick shot? Man, he is lucky. Mouse. Can't stop the mouse. So how big can he pump the Swiftspear into? Okay, let's see. If he has a Monster's Rage, that's 2 more power. Should still be enough. But he could have, you know, like a hexproof thing. Okay, no, just let it die. I'm cool with that. I'm not drawing lands, but I know I was going to draw a Faebloom Trick, so... What can I do here? Screaming Nemesis. That's kind of important. We gotta tap out the Nemesis, or tap down the Nemesis. I don't think the Manifold Mouse is gonna attack. Yeah, no attacks. This doesn't do much either, huh? I can draw a card, discard a card. I don't think I can race.
I've got all the intel you need. I'm not here to fight fair.
Yeah, I don't think I... Oh, wait, no. I get a big Kaito. You might want to kill Kaito? I doubt it. But, yeah. I get a big Kaito. If I had drawn, discard a card. Instead of -2, it would be +1. So it would start at... Was it 3? Starts with 3, right? Starts with 3, then I go to 4, then I attack for 3, then I go to 7. It's not going to get ult. I will ult next turn. Not that I have spells to play. I'm probably going to top deck a land. Actually, no, I can't ult because of the Sleep Curse Fairy. But maybe try something else. I am at 15. I'm not, you know, out of the woods. I got a pretty good opener with the 2 fencings, but now I'm out of fencings. I need more fencing. If I want, oh, okay. Calm down there, buddy. That's insane. Attacks Kaito. Haha! I knew that was gonna happen. All attacking Kaito. Well, that's a lot of damage you're not spending on me. You know you're at 12, right?
Good enough for this.
Down to 5. Yeah, you know you're at 12, right? That's... Whoa. Oh, Kaito, you could have just thrown the slick shot at him. You could have Manifold's Mouse me. You didn't do it. I guess you gotta burn the 1/1s to survive. I don't know, he's got 3 lands. I don't know how many spells he can play with 3 lands. Start with the Manifold Mouse. I'll catch him with the block. What is he going to do? He's like, shock? No, shock doesn't work. Yeah, what can he do here? Manifold Mouse is double strike. This is a sorcery, right? Yeah, activate only as a sorcery. Pass the block. What does he actually have? I don't know. I don't want to block the Slick Shot because any spell will kill my Sleep Curse Fate. It's still anyone's game because there's only 4 damage on board if he kills the Sleep Curse Fate. But I have to block or I potentially die to whatever he's going to play this turn. He's going to rope. Yeah, red players usually do this. Come on. Make your play. Is it that hard to choose? Maybe he just lets his Manifold Mouse die, and then we see what happens from there. No, he's got to play something to buff the Slick Shot. Lightning Strike. The 2-1. What is the target? The 2-1. That's the least of his concern. Alright, that just gave us the game. Now he's only got 1 mana left. I have 5 damage on board. Like, what was that about? Go down to 9. We're not dead. You're dead to this board. Okay, sure. It's a lot of rope just to get out like this, Patrick. Maybe you got to spend more 3,000 more games to learn about. Alright, our opponent is MSW24. Opponent goes first. Oh boy. What is this? What is this trash? Well, tap land, blue land, all black stuff. Can I play this? Can I play this hand? Don't know what he's playing though. Right? I mean, I get 3 Surveil triggers. A Fencing. It's not a good hand. 3 Surveil triggers though does fix a lot of draws. I'm doing... Okay, I'm going to do it on the back of 3 Surveil triggers. I hope I can do stuff. It's not looking too keen. But our opponent is not using a red sleeve. Pretty cool sleeve. So, ooh, Tempo. Well, that changes everything. That usually means they're blue-eyed control, right? Okay, I will fight a blue-eyed control with a Spell Stutter. No, they're Jeskai? Are they Jeskai control? I mean, I can throw out the Verge if I'm gonna get blue mana anyways. Or do I Ego Drain him? I don't think I Ego Drain him, right? I have a counterspell. You should hold up a counterspell. Going to turn 3? This is usually when they have like talents and stuff. Then I Ego Drain. Okay, no talents. Not very talented. I guess I attack first. I don't want to drain him. I need to have 2 fairies out, because in case I try to drain him and kills my fairy, that's going to be bad. I'm going to have to exile a card from my hand. I don't have that many cards as it is. I mean, it's just... It's a very good card. Maybe eventually I get to use it. I need to catch him off guard with something, right? He's being very careful. That means I have to be very careful. Not gonna use a Nightmare yet. Let's try to Surveil again. I'm dealing more damage to myself than I am to him. Alright. This is a very good card that I cannot afford to play because I have no lands. Sorry, kitty cat, you're gonna have to go. Here comes 3 steps, probably. That's 5 mana. It's probably time for a Sunfall. Oh, we missed land drops 2 turns in a row. Oh, come on. Am I playing another Mana Screw game? What does he have? Probably Helix's 3 steps, my Ego Drain. Okay. And then the Helix. Yep. Jeskai Control. That's new. You keep to the top, he wants that card. I mean, I would like some lands, please. Zergo and Ojutai. Okay, let's stop that from happening right now. No Zerg-Jutai. Still won't give me any lands. Just gonna throw out a Sleep Curse Fae. Is there more Zerg-Jutais? Hail Time Explosion. He did keep up enough mana to counter it, but I mean, come on. I gotta do it! Gotta counter this. No more lies. Yep. So he draws 2, and if he wants a board wipe, he has to discard 2, and then I can put stuff on board. That's kind of crazy, huh? You can draw a card, discard a card. And he can attack with the Anchorage, but we got it.
I'm the perfect choice for this job.
Can I please draw a land? Thank you.
Follow me, Pom-Pom.
I discard a card? God damn it, what did I even discard here? Fencing? Play another fairy. Surveil. Do I need that next land? I've been hoping for lands. Here comes the Anchorage. Attacks Kaito. You got it. Not blocking Kaito.
This was supposed to be easier.
Map token. Gets a Craig and gains 1 life for that. Is that the land I want to play, though?
Let's give it our all, Pom. Don't worry, Pom-Pom-chan. We got this, Pom-Pom-chan.
Alright, let's surveil 2. Please, God, give me some
My eyes are
not
as sharp
trash.
as my sword.
I mean, I guess. Just draw a card, discard a card.
Found a way in.
That's a really good card. Let's see if I can use it. The Anchorage. The Anchorage is good, but it's not ultimately not gonna kill what I have. How does he have even more life than me? It's just I've been paying myself. I've drawn all the underground seas. Underground river. I wish there were underground seas. Nope. Alright, attacks Kaito. Okay, I'm not blocking.
I like a challenge.
What is this? What is this? Huh. 5/5 dragon with flying, yeah. That seems about fair. I couldn't even draw lands. Does he just let it go? No, fires a victory on my Kaito.
I'm really
So
not
I can't
used to
attack with
losing.
that. But I can play Enduring Curiosity. Am I just gonna make... I'm just gonna make a token, right? Well, if I'm gonna make a token, I don't think it matters too much which way I play it. I draw a card!
I'm a master of my craft.
Wow, that draw. I mean, he's just gonna play the Rise of the Dragonborn thing next turn. I let him keep the 3 steps.
No one said I work alone.
How much damage is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 damage. Oh! Hey, GG. I don't know why you quit. You didn't die yet. But okay. We got through that with the mana screw and everything. Mana screw, only ping land. We can still get there. Fairies. Welcome back, everyone. Now that you've seen all those games, how does this deck feel? A lot of games I play, I feel like I was mana screwed, which with 24 lands in a deck, that feels awful. I don't think it's the fault of the deck as much as the shuffler, but, you know, that's neither here nor there. One thing that you do have to watch out for, Gloomlake Verge Lake, I thought about this when I made this deck, is that it's only an island, right? It doesn't turn into a swamp, or it's only a blue source. It doesn't turn into a black source unless you control an island or a swamp. Now, we don't have that many islands or swamps in the deck, which is why I have more swamps than islands, even though there's a lot more blue spells that we're playing. We need to have swamps as black source, because this is technically by default a blue source. So if we want to compare the blue source versus black source, there's 7 of these and only 4 of those. So you might even want to go down on an island and add an extra swamp, but I don't think that mattered too much. Cavern of Souls is okay. It never really come into play as a heavy effect. I don't think the Cavern is that necessary. If you don't have one, you don't have to craft it for this deck, because we're a temple, right? So nobody really is going to counter a temple deck, because we can play two 2/2 drops on turn 4, and if they have a counter spell, they're not going to be able to win by countering one of those. So yeah, we don't have a very big splashy plays. And the big splashy play we have with Kaito, that's ninjutsu. Big splashy play we have with Enduring Curiosity, that is a flash speed at the end of our opponent's turn. So, you know, Cavern is good, but not necessary. And then what we have is Soulstone Sanctuary, which can be turned into a creature. There's a few games where I thought about turning this into a creature, but we just won anyway, so it didn't matter. But it is definitely an additional damage dealer that could be snuck into the deck. Because Kaito, Bane of Nightmare, gets +1/+1 to all ninjas, we actually buff our Soulstone Sanctuary as well. So that becomes very relevant. And we actually won 1 game with the Restless Reef, but I don't think we need more than 1 Restless Reef. I don't really like Restless Reef in this deck anyways, mainly because, well, we're a very temple deck, so we don't really have the time to play the Restless Reef. We'd much rather have our lands come into play untapped, and that is critical, which is why I have Underground River instead of Underground, whatever that other thing is called. What is that land called again? Undercity Sewers, right? Normally I would run Undercity Sewers because I have Gloomlake Verge Lake, but because I need to be able to play every single turn on curve, I want to make sure that all of my lands come to play untapped. That's the idea of this deck, and that's kind of the tricky part of playing this deck. Still a very strong deck. Ultimately, I think it's very, very high tier. The top of the metagame. I don't know if it's tier 1 or tier 1.5, but it's definitely up there, and it's very difficult to stop, especially when you hit the proper tempo. Once you saw in one of the games where we had Faerie Mastermind just locking down all of our opponent's card draw. They don't want to draw cards because that helps us draw cards, and whenever they do, they do help us draw cards, we draw the Spell Stutter, so the cards that they drew aren't even useful, and we just won with just little chip damage here and there, eventually getting to 20. That's the whole idea of this deck. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you guys next time.